Okay, let's start with the practical exercise 2. So it's about cascading style sheet. So here you have an introduction. So in the earlier also, we talk about this cascading style sheet, the theory part. Now we are doing the practical part. So in the introduction, you can see CSS stands for cascading style sheet and used to format the layout of web pages. Right? So normally we are using CSS to decorate our HTML pages, right? So it can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. So we can control layout of the multiple web pages at once using CSS. And the external style sheets are stored in CSS files. So normally we are doing this part, external style sheet. So normally we have 3 styles type: inline, internal, and external. So normally we are preferring the external one. So in the inline styles, we are defining inside the exact element, and this used when that specific element has a unique style. So if a tag has a unique style, we are defining those styles inside the exact element, right? If the specific element has the unique style. So if we talk about the internal styles, we are defining the internal styles within the style element, style tag. So we are defining the style tag within the head element, head tag, right? So this method used if only a single page has a unique style. So early in the inline, if we have a specific element has a specific style, we are using inline. And for the internal, we are using, we are using internal if we if we have a unique style for a single page, right? And for the external one, we are using, we are creating a separate file, separate CSS file for the styling, and we are linking that one to the HTML page. So when we are linking that one, we are using link tag, and we are using that link tag within the head section of the HTML page. So those are the 3 main styles, right? So, and here we are using class and IDs. So both classes and IDs work as selectors in HTML. So if we provide a class name or an ID in the HTML tags, you can use those to style the element, right? The advantage of these are they can use same HTML tag but be or display it in a different ways, right? So class. In CSS, class selector is a name proceed by a dot. So we are giving a class name with the tag like this. It's an example. And when we are styling that, we are using this name with a dot. So dot class name, and we are opening curly braces and we are giving declarations, right? Then for the ID, actually we are using hash. So we are giving an ID. So here this should be ID. We are giving an ID. So with the ID, we are providing like this. We are giving hash, then ID example. So that is our ID. ID should be unique. Class can use for multiple elements, but ID is a unique one. And here this is the declaration. Okay, so that is ID. So in this exercise, actually, this will be the output once we add styles to our page. Okay. So here asking to go to BFW folder structure, which we created in the last session. And we need to create a file called styles.css inside bfw/styles folder. So that means within the BFW, we have SRC folder. And then within that one, we have images, styles, JS, and our index.html file. So here asking to create a file called styles.css inside the BFW, SRC, and the styles folder. And asking to open both styles and index files. Okay, let's do that one first. So here I have my BFW folder. Within that, I have a SRC folder. So here the folder structure. So here I have my index file. So within the styles folder, I need to create a styles.css file. So first of all, I'm going to open the Notepad++. Then I'm going to change the language into CSS. And let's save this as styles.css in our BFW, SRC, and styles folder. Like this. Okay, let's see. Here then we need to open our HTML file as well. So within the SRC, we have that one. You can right click on it. Can open from the Notepad++. All right, so here it is. This is the index.html now. Here the styles.css file. Okay, so fill the following boxes with the relevant style codes for the given activities. So here asking to connect style sheet to index.html using following example. Here it is. So you can use W3 school and you can connect the style sheet to the index.html. So if you want, you can refer this. Okay, let's do that one. So that means we need to connect our styles.css file into the index.html file. Okay, let's do that one. So in the index.html, we need to link our style sheet. So for that one, we need to use link. So we need to specify that is style sheet. Sorry. Then path for the style sheet. So when we are giving the path, like, so our styles.css file within our styles folder. So our index HTML file in the SRC folder and styles folder also in the SRC folder. So we need to go to the styles folder. Then we can access our styles.css file. So we can link it, right? Okay, let's save it and see the other part. Add a background image to index.html. So here asking to go to following link and download a suitable image and save it inside the images. Okay, so let's copy this. Here it is. So you can download an image. Okay, so we need to save this one in our images folder. Okay, let's do that. Here in the BFW folder, we have the SRC folder. Within that, we have images folder. So we need to save it. Okay. Yes. Okay, the next one. Let's see. Set the image as background image of your web page. So here asking to set our background image to our background in the web page. Okay, so for that one, what we need to do is, so here asking to put the image into background. So here, if we see previous output, so we need to add a background image to this web page. So we already download the image, so we need to put that one into the web page. So we gave our content within the body tag actually. We are using head tag to give the web metadata. No. But in here, so for the web content, web page content, we are using body tag. So if we style the body tag, we can get the image. So let's see how we can do it. So we already created styles.css file. So if you want to style that one, that means the body, so you can use body tag. So within curly braces, you can give background image property colon. Then here we have the function called URL. We can provide the URL. So when we are giving the URL, now our styles.css file in the styles folder. So if our image is in the images folder. First of all, when we access into the image that we have downloaded, first we need to go back from the styles folder. So for that one, we are giving double dots. Okay. Then give a slash. Then we are going to the images folder. Then background. Let's see what is the JPG background dot JPG. So save the file and let's see the output. Here you can see this will be our output. Now we add a background to the web page, right? So that's the thing. Then the next one, logo. Create a CSS class name logo in styles.css. Now here asking to create a CSS class called logo. So using that class name, we need to align our logo into center. Earlier, we center it using center tag. First of all, we need to remove that, right? So here you have a thing called the class name logo to the image tag in indexed HTML, right? Okay, let's see how we can do this part. First of all, let's remove the center tag from the logo. Here in the index.html, we have given this center tag. So I'm going to remove this one from here. And after the logo, I'm going to give that like this. So once you save the file, and if you refresh the page, you will see now logo in the left side because that is default one, right? So here asking to center the logo using class name called logo, right? So first of all, what you need to do is within the HTML page, here, this is the way we have given our logo. So if we style this image, that means the logo, that will be okay. So that means, first of all, we need to give a class name for this. So here I'm giving class as logo, right? So save it and go to styles.css. Then when we are using style, that means when you're using class as the styles, what you need to do is you need to use dot logo, curly braces. So I'm giving like you may find different declaration, you may find different properties to center the logo. So here I'm using these lines. Display block, margin left, auto, margin right, auto. Save it and let's see. You can see it's center now. You may find different properties to do this, right? Okay, the next one. Headers. Change the font type and font size of the headers using following examples. So you can go through with this W3 School link and find out how we can change the font type and the font size. So let's do that. Yeah, so let's give a style for H1 tag. That means here we are going to style by element. So let's say font size into 40 pixels. Right, let's see. Okay. Then let's give an ID for H3 header. So here I'm giving ID equals to header. So using this ID, we can change. We can give a style. So here I'm giving H3 hash header. So once you're giving like this, that means with the element and the ID name, it will specify that header. That means if we are using the same name, but the different element, you can use this, right? So for this one, I'm going to give font weight, then font style, and italic, then font size. Thirty-two bits. Let's see. Here it is. Right? Okay, let's see the other one. Horizontal line. Format the horizontal line in index.html as 1 pixel thick using border and color of the horizontal line as black. Okay, let's do that. So for the horizontal line, I'm going to give an ID. So in this HR tag, I'm giving ID as test. Right? Save it in the styles.css. So here I'm specifying the ID test. Let's give the border with 1 pixel thick and solid black. Right? Save it and let's see. Here it is. Right? Okay, the next one. Horizontal navigation bar. Style the menu list, that means unordered list in the index.html to display horizontally. We need to display it horizontally. Yeah, let's do that. So first of all, in the index.html, I'm going to give a class for the unordered list. Right? And I'm going to do a specific thing. So here, I'm going to copy this class. I'm going to paste it in this list tags as well. Right? Like this. So the styling part is actually here. First of all, I'm going to give the style for unordered list menu class. So let's say list style type none. Then margin 0. Padding 0. Background color let's say 23. Overflow right? Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to give some styles for list menu class. So as well. So here I'm giving float and it's left. And I'm giving list anchor tag. So that means the anchor tags within the list tag. I'm going to give these things. So the display block, then color white, then text align center, then padding. So here I'm giving padding 14 pixel and 16 pixel. That means for the top and bottom 14 and for the left and right 16. Then text decoration into null. And here I'm giving a special one, advanced selector. So the list A, so here I'm using pseudo class called hover. So that means once the cursor will go over with these anchor tags within this list, so what will happen? So here I'm giving, we need to change the background color into pink. Okay. Okay, let's save all the files and see. Yes, we want to save all documents. Right. So here you can see this one. And once we give our cursor to the here in these navigation elements, you will see the background color is changed, right? Okay. So the next one, it's for the table. First, add the complete table into a div tag. First of all, let's do that. So in here, we need to add whole table within to a div tag. So here I'm giving div. And once we finish the table, like this, right? The next one, add a class name product data in styles.css in order to change the background color of the table. So we need to change the background color, right? And call the product data inside the div tag. So that means inside the div tag, we need to create a class called product data, right? And using that product data class, we need to change the background color, right? Let's do that. So here in the div tag, I'm going to give the class name as product data. Then let's use that in here. Dot product data. So here I'm giving background color into white, and let's give a padding also. Padding into 5 pixels. So save the files and let's see. Here you can see it changed like this, right? Okay, the next one. Align the text in product name column to center. And we need to align the text in product description column to left. So let's see. So that means this one should be center. It's done. Then for this one, it should be in the left. Okay, let's do that. So in the index.html file, so we don't need to give anything for the first header, but for the second header, we need to align it into the left. So for that one, I'm going to use, I'm going to use style attribute. That means we are using inline styles. So within quotation, we are giving text align into left, like this. So save it and see. Here it is, right? The next one, change the font color of some words in product description. So we need to change font color. Let's do that. Okay, let's, yeah. So to change the font color, we can use font tag. So here I'm going to change the color of the color word. So I'm using font color. Let's say orange. And closing. Then let's change font in here, font color into red. So save the file and see. Here it changed. Here the orange and the red. Okay. The next one. Set top margin to 50 pixel and other 3 margin to 10 pixel. So let's do that. Here in the styles.css. Yeah, first of all, let's give something like this. So I'm going to give an ID for the div tag. Let's say ID as TB1. Right? TB1. Let's give the style for this. Yeah. TB1. So in here, since it is an ID, we can use hash TB1 within curly braces, margin top into 15 pixels, margin left, sorry, let's say bottom into 10 pixels, then margin left into 10 pixels, then margin right into 10 pixels. So save it. Okay, like this. Let's see the other parts. Then add a border and make that border style blue. Make the border color into dark blue. So for that one, I'm going to add styles to the div tag. So in here, I'm using inline style. So for the div tag, I'm giving style attribute within quotation. Border style is blue. Then border color into dark. Save it and see. Here, the border is dark blue. Okay, the next one, add a padding of 3 pixels. So let's add this one to the table. So here I'm giving style attribute, padding 3 pixels. Okay, like this. Okay, the next one, footer. Align the text to center and change the font style of the text. So in the footer, I'm going to add a style for the H3. Style, text align, to center, on, style into italic, save the file and see. All right, now it is like this. Okay, so that is exercise 1. Then for the exercise 2, here asking to try the below code and add a 3-second transition effect for background and transform changes of the div element. So I will show you the output of this code and you can try this out later. So I'm going to copy this. And here I'm going to paste it. All right, let's change the language into HTML. All right. Here it is. I'm going to save this one. Let's say question 2 in the desktop. Let's see. Hover over the div element above, so you will see this, right? So likewise, you can add a 3-second transition effect for the background, right? Yes.